Oh, hello! Welcome to my desk and welcome to everyone's favorite show on this channel. Welcome to Building Time. In the last video on this channel, I showed you a magic trick that you can do with a marked deck. So first and foremost, what is a marked deck? A marked deck is a deck where you're able to see the faces of the cards without looking at the faces of the cards. And that works as following. You have a mark somewhere on your deck, so somewhere on the back of your card, where you are able, you as a magician and knowing of the markings, will be able to tell what exact card you have in front of you without even looking at the face. So there are different types of markings. There are manufactured marked decks like the Bicycle Maiden deck or the Orbit version 7, or I think it's called the Butterfly deck or something. And yeah, there are also ways to make your own marked deck in case you don't want to buy one. So yeah, in this video I'm going to teach you how to make your own marked deck, and the method I will be using is by Forrest Treadman. I watched this video and it's really great, so make sure to check it out as well. And now we will go into how to mark a deck. Also, if you want to be able to perform a trick with a marked deck, check out this video that I'm linking right here somewhere. And there you will be able to learn a great trick you can do with a marked deck that will definitely fool your spectators. So let's talk about the markings on these cards. I prepared 3 regular cards that I will mark with this permanent marker. It should be red. If you have blue backs, then it should be blue, obviously. And yeah, we will use that. And with the markings, the thing is, you don't want to overdo it. So you don't just want to, in case you have the Jack of Diamonds, you don't just want to write Jack of Diamonds, because the spectator will be able to tell. So you want to have a secret marking that no spectator will suspect it being a marking, and they won't even see it from top. So let me talk you through the method that I will be using, and I will zoom the camera for that. All right, so this is our card back. And what we will use in this method is these little flower thingies here in particular. And as you can see, there's a little dot with 9 of these little other dots around, and we will use these to our advantage to mark the deck. So the position that we're going to put the markings in is always the top right on both sides. So this and this, and this is the way we're going to mark this. And then when you have this in your deck, and you handle the cards, the markings will always be there no matter which way your card faces. All right, so this is really important. Always mark the top right. You can mark all 4 sides as well, but that's I think it's just a little unnecessary, and this is really enough to just mark the top right. So here is how it's going to happen. We're going to paint over these little dots in a particular way. First, let's talk about the numbers. So we have an ace. Don't think about the suits yet, we will come to that later. But we're gonna have an ace. In case we have an ace, nothing will change. The whole flower will be as it is. In case we have a 2, we will paint over the top dot. Only the top dot. If we have a 3, we will paint over the dot right next to the top dot. If we have a 4, the one right next there. So like 3 o'clock is 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that, we have the first 9 numbers. If we have a 10, we will just paint over the middle dot. And that's how we know we have a 10. And then we're gonna keep going. For jacks, we will paint over the middle dot because we have something like 10 or more than that. And then the top one again. So for a jack, we will paint over middle and top. For a queen, middle and the second from top, so the right one. And when we have a king, then we will paint over the one at 3 o'clock as well as the middle one. It is pretty easy if you think about it, and it is really a really great idea to do it this way. Also, these things are so small that you will be able to see them, but the spectator isn't. So what are we going to do about the suits? Because there are 4 of every card. Well, we do have these little things right here. Let me get that into focus. Right, we have these 4 little things right here. Basically, oh, there's 5 little things, but we will only use these 4. And you can do it any way you like, in any order that you can remember. In my case, the easiest thing to remember is the first one goes with diamonds, second hearts, third spades, fourth clubs. Just like that. So diamonds, hearts, the 2 red, then spades, clubs. Just like this. But you can do it any way you like. With these 4, really do a thing that you can remember, and we're going to draw over the one that we have so we can see it. So let's talk about some examples for this. This is why I brought these 3 cards. Obviously, you're going to do this with your whole deck if you want to be able to do a performance. So let's talk over the first card, which is a jack of diamonds. So do you remember which dots we got to paint over? Right, the middle one, because it's 10 or higher. Let me do that real fast. I'm gonna draw over the middle dot and the top as well. And make sure to use a marker that's a little better than mine. My marker is not perfect for this. It's a little light and it doesn't really work as well. Also, what suit we have is the diamonds, so we're going to draw over the first of these 4 little things. All right, and then what we're going to do is turn the card around and do the same on the other side, just like that, and this suit as well. And I know it doesn't look perfect, but I think you can see what I'm trying to show you. All right. So I've drawn over the middle and the top, so I know it's a jack. And then when I want to know the suit, I can look at the things, and I drew over the first one of the little things, so I know it's a jack of diamonds. And this really works. Once you have it in your head, you can really easily see and read these cards, and no spectator, if you look from that distance, you won't be able to tell, right? So let's do the second card. What do we have here? An 8 of diamonds. An 8 of spades, I'm sorry. So once again, let's count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 9 o'clock little thing, not the middle one, only this thing. And because we have a spades, I'm going to paint over the third. Turn around and do the same. And the great thing about this really is, as you're marking and preparing your cards, you're already learning this system. So in your head, once you're done making this deck, you will immediately be able to read this. So look at what I've done once again. This is the 8th position, and this is the 3rd, so it's an 8 of spades. Just like that. Third and final card, we have the 5 of diamonds. So let's go ahead and read this. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's this little dot right down here. And because it's diamonds, it's the first one of these. Again, turn the card around and do the same on the other side. Boom. And just like that, we've put our markings, and you will once again be able to tell what card this is. Perfect. And this is basically the whole method. If you do this with your entire deck, you will be able to make a marked deck yourself, which has really great markings, which really work, and do some great tricks. Once again, watch my other video where I will teach you how to do a great magic trick with a marked deck. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. And yeah, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.